Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'du fa'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. We continue today's weekly daras, and we know that on Sundays we have a small tabligh session which lasts from 8:40 to 9 p.m. the 20-minute session, and I would like to present a few couplets taken from Brahine Ahmadiyya, which are written by the promised Messiah Islam. He states, "ऐ मेरे प्यारे फिदा हो तुझ पे हर जरा मेरा, फेर दे मेरी तरफ ऐ सारबां जग की महार, इन दिलों को खुद बदल दे ऐ मेरे कादिर खुदा, तू तो रब्बुल आलमी है और सबका शहरियार." Meaning, my dear Lord, every particle of my being be sacrificed for you. Turn the reins of the world towards me. O my Almighty God, turn these hearts for me yourself, for you are the Lord of the worlds and the King of all creation. And today's daras, I will present another argument which is provided from the non-Ahmadi Muslims and the Christians, which is mainly based upon the life of Jesus Islam. And as you know that in the Tablighi Ahmadiyya pocketbook, which has been written by Malik Abdur Rahman Khadim Sahib Razirano, we find a lot of inspiring arguments, a lot of rational, logical arguments, which clearly prove that the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is a righteous community, and the claim of the promised Messiah Islam is the truthful claim. And as we know that from the beginning of time, since the promised Messiah Islam claims to be the Messiah and the Imam Mahdi, and we are also told that since he proved to the world that Jesus, son of Mary, Islam, Prophet Jesus Islam, was a mortal being like everyone else, like any other prophet of God. And he was not the son of God himself, or he was not given a type of special faculty by Allah Ta'ala, which would keep him alive for so many years that it would make him an immortal. As we know that this is against the divine laws of nature and the divine law of Allah Ta'ala, that he would keep anyone alive, especially a prophet of God, for more than 2,000 years in a specifically designated place in heaven, whereas he still needs to descend in the latter days. As you know that a lot of the Muslims and Christians, they hold the belief that Jesus, son of Mary, Islam, was physically raised to the heavens alive, and he is still alive even today, and he will eventually return near doomsday, and he will change the entire creation and make them believe in God within just a matter of a few seconds or a few days, which goes against the divine laws of nature and the divine laws of prophets which are sent from Allah Ta'ala from time to time. So one verse that the Christians and the Muslims, they try to use to defend their claim of the life of Jesus Islam is the following verse taken from the Holy Quran, chapter 4, verse 157 to 158, where Allah Ta'ala states, وَقَوْلِهِمْ إِنَّا قَتَلْنَا الْمَسِيحَ عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ اخْتَلَفُوا فِيهِ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهُ مَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ عِلْمٍ إِلَّا اتِّبَاعَ الظَّنِّ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ يَقِينًا بَلْ رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا. The translation is that in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. And they're saying, we did kill the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. Whereas they neither slew him nor crucified him, but he was made to appear to them like one who is crucified. And those who differ therein are certainly in a state of doubt about it. They have no definite knowledge thereof, but only follow a conjecture. And they did not convert this conjecture into a certainty. On the contrary, Allah the Exalted Himself, Allah Ta'ala exalted him to Himself, and Allah is the Mighty, the Wise. Now, from this verse, the non-Ahmadis, they try to defend their claim by stating that in this verse where Allah Ta'ala states that بَلْ رَفَعُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ, nay, but Allah raised him to Himself. We know that the words rafa'a define that He raised or He exalted. Now the non-Ahmadis, they claim that from these words رَفَعُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ, it is proven, na'uz billah min zalik, that Allah Ta'ala, He physically raised Hazrat Isa ﷺ to Himself. At the time when He was about to be crucified and He was about to be put onto the cross, rather than Allah Ta'ala letting Hazrat Isa ﷺ be crucified, He let another person who looked exactly like Jesus ﷺ come in His place and take the death of the cross upon Himself, meaning that there's another person who was captured and crucified in the place of Jesus ﷺ. And at that time, Allah Ta'ala, He miraculously, physically raised Hazrat Isa ﷺ to the heavens by Himself. Whereas the Christians claim that Jesus ﷺ, He was put onto the cross. And when He suffered through such a painful ordeal, He died on the cross. And then, when He was taken off the cross and He was taken into the secret tomb, then we are told that after 3 days, He was physically resurrected and He was lifted, meaning He ascended to the heavens. And the whole world, including the disciples, were witness to the fact that Jesus had ascended to the heavens. Now the Muslims, although it is very unfortunate that they do know that in the Holy Quran, Allah Ta'ala has clearly stated that He has given death to Jesus ﷺ. The Muslims try to defend their claim by stating that the words Rafa'ullahu ilayhi define the fact that Jesus ﷺ was physically raised to the heavens. Now, one point I will mention here is that the prayer that we read in namaz, which is the prayer between the two sajdas, the prayer between the two prostrations, is read in the following words: Rabbi firli warhamni wahdini wa'afini wajburni warzuqni warafani. This prayer was read by the Holy Prophet ﷺ every day while he was reading the 5 daily prayers throughout his life. And whenever the Holy Prophet ﷺ read the prayer in the following words, warzuqni warafani, then the main question we can put forth before the non-Ahmadis is that if they say that it physically means that Allah Ta'ala physically lifted Hazrat Isa to the heavens, then the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who continued reading this prayer his whole life, whereas he continued reading warzuqni warafani in every single prayer, and through all of the persecution and the painful experiences that the Holy Prophet ﷺ had to face in his lifetime, including a lot of incidents, which include all the deadly wars that he faced, all of the famine that he faced, Shaykh Abi Talib, then you have the incident of Taif where he was almost stoned to death. He faced such difficulties in his life that if anyone was to be deserving enough to be raised to the heavens in a physical state, according to the words of Rafa'ani, according to the words Rafa'a, it could have been the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And Hazrat Isa والسلام, without even facing the slightest amount of pain, he is miraculously lifted to the heavens without facing any type of persecution or any type of painful ordeal. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ, we see that he was the greatest raised for mankind. So why was he not raised to the heavens in such a state? So from this, we know that it is against the divine laws of nature and the divine laws of Allah Ta'ala that he would let a physical human body, which is made of, you can say, made of a clot of blood and dust. It is impossible against the divine laws of nature of Allah Ta'ala that he will let a mortal body be raised to himself and not only be kept alive for such a long time, but to still remain in that state even until today. So the word "But rafa'ullahu ilay," it clearly means that Allah Ta'ala did not physically raise Hazrat Isa to himself in a physical form. Rather, he wanted to spiritually exalt him to himself in a spiritual rank. We see that the word rafa'a has been used many times in the Holy Quran. And wherever the word rafa'a has been used for any other prophet, for example, Hazrat Idris والسلام, the words rafa'u makanan alisha have been used. And he exalted him to a very lofty station. Whenever we ask the non-Ahmadis that what is your response in regard to the rafa'a, you can say exaltation of Hazrat Idris والسلام, what verdict do they take out of this verse of the Holy Quran? Whereas it states وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا, they will always tell you that Allah Ta'ala has told us that He spiritually raised Hazrat Idris والسلام, to himself in a spiritual rank, not in a physical rank. However, it is very ironic that the non-Ahmadis try to defend their claim by using the same words for Hazrat Isa والسلام, being raised in a physical form. So it is very important to keep in mind that the words rafa'a itself, which means that he raised or he exalted, clearly prove that the words rafa'a should not be used in a literal sense. Rather, they can be used metaphorically. For example, it states in the Holy Quran in chapter 7, verse 177, وَلَوْ شِئْنَا لَرَفَعْنَاهُ بِهَا وَلَكِنَّهُ أَخْلَدَ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. And if we wished, we could have raised him because of it, but he turned towards the earth. Similarly, the verse that I quoted before you earlier, regards to Hazrat Idris والسلام, is quoted in chapter 19, verse 58, whereas Allah Ta'ala states, وَرَفَعْنَاهُ مَكَانًا عَلِيًّا, and we raised him to an elevated place. Similarly, it also states in another verse, فِي بُيُوتٍ أَذِنَ اللَّهُ أَن تُرْفَعَ, chapter 24, verse 37. This light is now lit in houses, with regard to which Allah has ordained that they be exalted. Now, all of these verses that we use, including another verse in the Holy Quran, in chapter 58, verse 12, whereas Allah Ta'ala states, يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Allah will raise those who believe from amongst you, and those to whom knowledge is given to degrees of rank. Chapter 58, verse 12. In this verse, it is clearly proven, and in the other verses that I've quoted before you, it is clearly proven that all of these words, all of these references where the word yarfa'i or rafa has been used, it is always defining the metaphorical form. Whereas nowhere in the Holy Quran has the word rafa'a been used to physically exalt anyone to the heavens. And when we present these verses in front of the non-Ahmadis, then they always agree, stating that in these verses, wherever the word rafa has been used, it has been used in the metaphorical form. Otherwise, it would be ridiculous to take the literal meaning in this verse. So why apply the literal meaning to Hazrat Isa والسلام? when logically and in the Holy Quran it is clearly proven that the word rafa'a only defines the spiritual rank, not the physical rank. आज के हम दरस में हमने तरदीद हयात मसीह नासरी अलैहिस्सलाम के मुतालिक जो सबसे पहली दलील जो आपके सामने पेश की है वो ये है कि कुरान करीम अल्लाह ताला फरमाता है वमा कतलूहु वमा सलबूहु वलाकिन शुब्बिहा लहुम बर्रफअल्लाहु इलैहि। अल्लाह ताला फरमाता है कि ना उन्होंने यानी कि यहूदियों ने मसीह को कत्ल किया और ना सलीब पर मारा, बल्कि अल्लाह ने मसीह को उठा लिया। यहाँ पर गैर अहमदी और ईसाई खास तौर पर ये दलील देते हैं कि यहाँ पर अल्लाह ताला ने फरमाया कि उसने नऊज़ बिल्लाह मिन ज़ालिक हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम को खास तौर पर खुसूसियत देकर जिस्मानी तौर पर आसमान की तरफ उठा लिया है। और हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम की जिंदगी, उनकी हयात मसीह जो है अभी तक इस आयत से साबित होती है, नऊज़ बिल्लाह मिन ज़ालिक। हालांकि कुरान करीम में जहां भी अल्लाह ताला ने रफा का लफ्ज़ इस्तेमाल किया है वहां पर हमेशा अल्लाह ताला ने मुहावरे के तौर पर, हमेशा रूहानी तौर पर बताया है, फरमाया है कि जो रफा के अल्फाज जो है वो हमेशा एक रूहानी मकाम को तरजीह देते हैं, ना कि एक जिस्मानी मकाम को कुरान करीम में बयान किया जाए। अल्लाह ताला फरमाता है कि कुरान मजीद में वहुवल्लाहु फिस समावाति व फिल अर्ज़, कि वो खुदा आसमान में भी है और ज़मीन में भी है। और जैसे हम जानते हैं कि अल्लाह ताला ने एक और आयत में फरमाया है वलौ शिअना लरफअनाहु बिहा वलाकिन्नहु अखलदा इलल अर्ज़, और अगर हम चाहते तो उसका रफा कर लेते लेकिन वो झुक गया जमीन की तरफ। अब इस जगह गैर अहमदी भी इस बात पर इत्फाक करते हैं कि इस जगह बिल-इत्फाक दर्जात की तरक्की और बुलंदी का जिक्र किया गया है। आसमान पर ले जाने का इरादा बताना मद्देनजर ही नहीं रहा। इसी तरह अल्लाह ताला एक और आयत में फरमाता है वरफ़अनाहु मकानन अलीया, यानी हमने इदरीस अलैहिस्सलाम का रफा बुलंद मकान पर किया। अब इस आयत में क्या हम इसको मुनासिब समझेंगे कि अल्लाह ताला अगर हज़रत इदरीस अलैहिस्सलाम को रूहानी तौर पर रूहानी मकाम में तरक्की दे, तो ये कैसे मुमकिन है कि अल्लाह ताला सारे अंबिया को इस हद तक भी कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को भी, जिन्होंने सबसे ज्यादा जिंदगी में सबसे ज्यादा तकलीफ का सामना किया, इस हद तक कि आप पर कातलाना हमले भी हुए, आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की जान को भी खतरे में डाला गया, मगर इसके बावजूद आप एक बहुत ही अहम दुआ पढ़ते रहे नमाज में, जो कि दो सजदों के दरमियान पढ़ी जाती है, जहां पर अल्लाह ताला फरमाता है रब्बे फिरली वरहमनी वाहदिनी वाफनी वजबुरनी वरज़ुकनी वरफ़ानी। यहाँ पर जो बरफ़ानी के अल्फाज इस्तेमाल किए गए हैं, इनसे साबित होता है कि हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पूरी जिंदगी यहाँ पर जो रफ़ा के अल्फाज पढ़ते रहे। यहाँ पर अगर आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने रूहानी दर्जात में तरक्की करने के लिए अल्लाह ताला से अपने मकाम को बुलंद करने के लिए दुआ की है, अपनी मग़फ़िरत के लिए दुआ की है, तो इसके बावजूद जो जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि जब नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पर इतने वाक़यात सामने नजर आए जहां पर आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को मारने की भी कोशिश की गई, आप पर कातलाना हमलों की भी साजिशें की गई, इस हद तक कि आप पर एक वाक़या में मिलता है कि आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पर एक पत्थर भी गिरा दिया गया। इस तरह और वाक़यात में मालूम होता है कि जब आप ताइफ की बस्ती में गए तो वहां भी आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के जिस्म को पत्थरों से लहू लहान कर दिया गया, इस हद तक कि आपकी जान आपके जिस्म से निकलने वाली थी। मगर फिर भी इन सब वाक़यात के बावजूद भी आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम हमेशा जब ये दुआ पढ़ते रहे वजबुरनी वरज़ुकनी वरफ़ानी, इससे साफ तौर पर साबित होता है कि अल्लाह ताला का यहाँ पर जो मकसद था कि आपको अपनी तरफ बुलंद करे, एक रूहानी मकाम को बुलंद करने का मकसद था। इसी तरह अल्लाह ताला एक और आयत में फरमाता है फी बुयूतिन अज़िनल्लाहु अन तुरफ़अ, जो कि सूरह नूर की आयत है, اسی طرح ایک اور آیت میں فرماتا ہے یرفع اللہ الذین آمنوا یرفع اللہ الذین آمنوا یرفع اللہ الذین آمنوا منکم والذین اوتوا العلم درجات، کہ اللہ تعالیٰ جب بھی کسی مومن کو، یعنی کہ جب بھی اللہ تعالیٰ تم میں سے کسی کو بلند کرے گا تو ہمیشہ روحانی درجات میں بلند کرے گا. یعنی گویا جب بھی کسی مومن اور عالم کے متعلق اللہ تعالیٰ یہ کہے کہ میں نے اس کا رفع کیا ہے، تو اس سے مراد آسمان پر جانا نہیں ہوتا بلکہ درجات کا بلند ہونا ہوتا ہے. اس طرح حضرت عیسیٰ علیہ السلام سے زیادہ ان کے زمانے میں اور کوئی مومن اور عالم تھا نہیں تھا، بس آپ کے رفع سے مراد بھی ترقی کے درجات لینے چاہیے. اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی آل محمد کما صلیت علی ابراہیم وعلی آل ابراہیم انک حمید مجید. اللہم بارک علی محمد وعلی آل محمد وبارک وسلم انک حمید مجید.